how far this would go. I took you home when you were broke. Now it feels like my heart's gonna explode. When we met, I couldn't see just how big this could be. We went inside and made some tea, and that's what started everything.
Hello everyone and welcome to System Hoppers, the actual play podcast where we can never decide what we want to play. My name is Mark, and join me and my friends Cassie and Tolbin, as today we're going to be making our own bizarre romantic comedy as we're playing RomCom Drama Bomb. RomCom Drama Bomb is an asymmetric role-playing game made by Elliot Davis and successfully funded on Kickstarter in 2024. The game takes the conventions of the standard rom-com and twists them. Two of the players will take on the role of the leads, two people who, by all means, shouldn't fall in love. The third player will play the role of the villain, an evil character who is forcing the leads via planted bombs into playing out the romantic comedy they're trying to construct. Each group of players will pick from a different set of playbooks that will determine their roles. For the leads, these can range from Just Friends, The Bet, The Big Day, and others that all have a variety of different rom-com touchstones or hit different story beats. The villain can also pick from a series of archetypal playbooks, so maybe they're a rich naggy relative, an evil scientist with tech at their disposal, or maybe a supernatural entity whose parents have just told them about their messy divorce. This game can have such a variety with whichever villain is paired with whichever leads. The game also plays in 90 minutes and is over 6 scenes, boasting it being the length of the perfect rom-com throughout play. Now, these playbooks we'll be picking from aren't just for show. After answering some questions to flesh out the leads and the villain will set the scene first with an appropriate dramatic monologue and begin the 90-minute timer. After that, we'll be playing through 6 scenes that will all be 15 minutes apiece. These will be the meat of the rom-com, and we'll try and cover as many story beats as we can across 3 acts, starting with the meet cute in Act 1 and seeing where things go after that. At the start of each scene, every character will roll a 4-sided die to determine what mood they're in for that scene. These moods are Rom, open to the romance of the scene, Com, open to the more comedic elements of the scene, Drama, open to speaking their mind or sharing their feelings, and finally Bomb, being able to break away from the conventions of the rom-com genre altogether. Those will be the only dice we roll, as after that we'll be in character playing out the scenes, under the constant pressure of the timer. What we will be doing though is trying to accumulate ticks and booms to make moves to influence the narrative. Ticks relate to specific behaviours we do. Both heroes and villains will have some that they can always do, some that they can only do in each act of the story, and some that they can only do if they're in the respective mood. For example, when the leads find something they have in common, that might give them both a tick each, whilst if they have an argument, it could give the villain a tick. Booms, on the other hand, are big moves that we'll be making that can cost 1 to 3 ticks to activate. These can include introducing NPCs, having dramatic moments occur, or may just let the leads or villains interact in unique ways. Villain booms might include forcing a lead to give an honest dramatic monologue about their feelings, or putting them in a tough spot with an NPC. After each scene, we'll also have a quick in-between scene to check in with one another, and also to see if we've completed any specific behaviours to advance our playbook tracks as well. The leads will have a love track, showing how much they're in love with the other lead, and a freedom track on how close they are to escaping the villain's plan. The villain will be filling an entertainment track, showing how much they're enjoying the chaos they're causing, and they'll have an evil track of how close they are to any evil schemes being completed. These tracks will fill up as we play, and in the last 5 minutes of the timer they'll allow us to use story-ending booms to finish off the story, as long as we have the right amount of ticks and all agree on the ending. It's worth noting that for either of the leads to try and use the love ending, both leads need to have maxed out their love tracks, so it's actually quite hard to get that sweet love ending. It is also worth noting that in a game about rom-coms and evil bomb plots, this game never does take itself seriously, and it's clear on making sure players are aware of that. It constantly reminds them to check in with each other, and suggests that if something would be out of place in a rom-com movie, it probably shouldn't be part of the villain's plan, or to put anyone in scenes they're not comfortable with. It also reminds players to try and pick the silly choices over the scary ones, and it does a great job in clarifying these rules so that players know how to navigate the game. Me and the other players had the chance to discuss things beforehand, so that we could discuss the story and the tone we wanted to play, and we played with an X card rule in place just so players could raise any concerns immediately if anything came up. Any other rules we'll explain as and when they come up, But we're going to jump straight into our shared character creation now, which involves us introducing our playbooks and answering a few questions to establish the scenes about the lead and the villain, and then we can start right off. This could be a sweet, charming rom-com story, or it could completely go off the rails right away. There's honestly no way of knowing until those mood dice are rolled, and we see what happens.
No, stop. It's all over.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to whatever this is. We're about to try and make a rom-com that's interesting, funny, dramatic, has an explosion, at least one of the following. I'm joined by Cassie.
Hello, hello.
And I'm joined by Tolbin.
Bonsoir.
So firstly, as we're going to hit a lot of rom-com moves and a lot of rom-com vibes, I thought I'd check what everyone's favourite rom-com is. I think mine's 10 Things I Hate About You, but also I've not seen a lot of rom-coms, I will admit. Tolbin.
So mine is pretty much any of the Hallmark Christmas ones, but specifically recently, Our Little Secret starring Lindsay Lohan.
It's a good one.
And Cassie, sorry, what was yours?
13 going on 30 because why not? And my impending 30s make me feel like I need to make fun of it.
That's yeah. So we've already had a bit of a conversation about this beforehand. What vibes we want to hit, what characters we want to play. We had a look at kind of the list of playbooks, the leads and the villain archetype. We're going to be playing the Big Day playbook. So that is essentially a playbook that is all based around an upcoming wedding of some kind. The two leads we have, or the two lead types we have, are the Betrothed and the Objection. I'm going to be playing the Betrothed. Cassie, you're going to be playing the Objection.
Mm-hmm.
And that just leaves Tolbin, who is going to be our villain. I'm sure, hopefully, you had a look through the rogues gallery.
I might have.
Can you tell us where you've kind of landed, or what your thoughts were, maybe?
So I looked over all of them and immediately thought, well, I have to be Great Aunt Janice.
Great Aunt Janice's whole shtick is that she's a relative of one of us as the leads.
Yes.
Rom-com drama bomb, like, it sounds like a really heavy game, but it is never meant to be. At all times, it kind of says, like, us as players should all be in on the joke. I think the general rule of thumb is if it wouldn't be something that would happen in a rom-com, or if it wouldn't be, if it wouldn't be something that they would be doing, it shouldn't be happening, kind of. So that's, I think, a good way to kind of benchmark what we're expecting.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, I think we should get started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I believe we start with some questions.
You've got questions, we've got answers.
Cassie, do you want to introduce your character who you'll be playing today?
Obviously, I'll be playing the Objection. So I'll be Britney Johnson. 30 years young and the socialite, little bit of a fuck girl, if we're allowed to say that. Art broker, love art, no talent for it. But, I've got the socialite aspect. And, yeah, I don't know if I need to say anything else.
No, it's all right. We can go. Like I said, we've got some questions where we'll be fleshing it out a bit more. So it's more just like the initial what we're going in with.
I'm like female Matthew McConaughey.
Okay.
We were kind of working out before we sorted out. We were working out what we were like. We need something that plays well off each other. What was your last name? Sorry, Britney
Johnson, just generic Johnson.
I didn't give myself a last name.
He likes Cher.
I'm playing the Betrothed. I'm going to be Johnny Pullman.
Pullman.
Pullman. Pullman. I'm going for I think we said we're nearly 30, didn't we, Cassie?
Yeah, that's a good benchmark.
I'm going to go for a guy with glasses, a bit on, I think, the dorkier side. I think we're going to go for the one who's if you're the Matthew McConaughey who's leading, I'll be the person holding you on the box art. But I'm going for quirky, I think he's an architect, more quiet and kind of skittish probably compared to you. But he's getting married. So with that, should we start going through these questions then, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So starting us off, we have to go through, we'll go through a question for each of the things, and then, so our rom question to start us off is, what was the pact about marriage you drunkenly made?
Okay. What do you want me to start us off with that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, go through it. What do you think?
Well, I like the idea that as back in the day, like getting to know each other, like uni besties, what best than to get drunk in a club and basically both single, make the pact that if any of us even think about popping the question, we have to get the green light from the other to make sure that they're worthy of each other. I'll be like, I gotta make sure she's good enough for you. I gotta make sure he's good enough for me, vice versa.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the idea of there being like a drunken bet, or like almost like, I guess, perceptions of what marriage is. So maybe if I'm the one getting married, I'm like the hopeless romantic type, and you're like does marriage really,
Yeah, who wants to be tied down?
like, is that a thing you really want? So that's why we were like, we need to make sure. Maybe it could be like, you want to make sure I'm with the right person, and I want to make sure that if someone finally wants to be with you, it's the right person. If you finally want to settle down with someone, it's the right person. Oh no, I'm causing drama already.
And you're not even the villain.
I'm not, well, not yet. So our second question is a common question, a comedic question. What detail of wedding planning didn't turn out as expected on the big day? I have an idea if people want to.
I was gonna say it's your big day. I'm just invited. What's going wrong?
I'm thinking, again, feel free to throw out ideas. I'm thinking it's something to do with the catering or the logistics. I'm thinking either maybe the cake hasn't turned up yet, or the food's not. Something's gone up with the food, maybe, or it could be the flowers. Does anyone have any?
Oh, it turns out you've ordered the wrong flowers, and your fiance's deathly allergic.
Oh, maybe I'm definitely allergic. Or like
Instead of like nice, like wildflowers that you and your fiance maybe wanted, you've had delivered white lilies.
Oh no!
They like a sign of death or something.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
they're used
flowers.
for funerals.
That's very funny. I like that. How that might manifest, or maybe there's a very stressed out wedding planner we introduce. Okay, let's move on to our drama question. Drama, why aren't the wedding couple a good match? I think, I was kind of talking aloud to Cassie with this. I think either me and my fiance are, like, maybe we, like, they want access to, maybe they have like a nefarious plot. Maybe they want to marry me so they can gain some citizenship. Maybe they want some money. If, I think there's maybe like something where I think they're really nice, but maybe they've not got that nice side to them. Or it could have been like, maybe I went away on holiday and met them, and now, or like went away and now I've met someone and we're getting married really quickly. I think some character flaw of some kind.
Yeah, I do like the idea that maybe they're not as nice as they seem, taking advantage of you a little bit. Gives us some motivation, so that they're like manipulating you for your money.
Yeah, that sweet architect money. I mean, to be fair, they do make a lot of money.
And you got that old, like, family money.
I like that, because that goes into our next question of why is the villain on the guest list? And it could be really funny if my fiance invited them.
I quite like the idea that I have very graciously given up one of my sort of getaway homes as location for the wedding.
Ooh, nice.
Obviously, I'm going to be present. It's not that I was on the guest list, it's that the guest list are coming to my home, or one of my homes,
I like that.
A destination wedding.
That sounds good to me. Cassie, you right with that?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Cool. So now we have 4 questions each, but each one of us will now be answering about the other lead. I'll be answering about Britney, and you'll be answering about Johnny. So first we have a Rom question. What did they say would be the sign they would be ready to get married?
Maybe that you've just finally, like, pulled your finger out your ass and got the confidence to actually tie down a woman and just, like, commit and just assert yourself. You're like, I'm ready. I know what I want. I'm not going to bumble about it. Let's get married.
Yeah, I like that. For you, Britney, if we're going back to like the uni days when we had these drunken conversations, you knew you'd be ready when you met someone that you didn't just not like the next day we were over them. Like, I think you're used to that kind of. fast-moving life. I can't remember what you said your job was, an art exhibitor.
Yeah, like an art broker. I'm like the mediator between the gallery and the clients.
I think if you're so used to like the high society or like the party life, I think you'll know when it's someone that you still kind of have that feeling for. There could even be some mixed perceptions on love. Maybe you're like not, like there's always that person in the rom-com that doesn't really see it as long term, and then the person that's kind of got their head in the clouds.
Yes. I'll be that person.
Question 2, Com, what is the worst wedding story they've told you?
For you, I said that you got invited to a past co-worker's wedding reception. It was like a massive thing, super swanky, super fun, and everyone had noticed that the groom had way too many shots, and clearly the bride was just shooting him daggers all night. It wasn't a great start. And then to top it off, like cherry on top of the cake, pun incoming, is that when the bride and groom were having the cake cutting event and everyone was standing around, everyone's taking pictures, the groom just vomits all over the cake and just a chocolate fountain of vodka sip.
I think that's really good. You said it so with so much gusto that I'm slightly concerned that's a wedding you've actually seen.
It isn't actually, but thank you.
The worst wedding story you've probably told me. I think when we're at university, if you were doing a subject that would have probably let you go into the art world, maybe you were temping at an agency before you got hired and stuff, and so you've seen like the most shotgunniest of shotgun weddings.
Oh, Vegas style.
Yeah, you've seen like the worst of like bride and groom are completely pissed before it starts, then it's like they're getting divorced by like getting married at like 10 p.m, getting divorced at like 3 in the morning. Just like the exact opposite of like a romantic like. If that's okay with what you think.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
We have a drama question each, so answered by the objection. Why did the betrothed wait so long to tell you about the wedding?
I think that you waited so long to invite me because you were guilty that we just hadn't seen each other in so long and so much time had passed and neither of us had reached out and we should have, and maybe there's, on the romance angle, maybe there was just that guilt that you kind of tied yourself down without ever seeing if maybe, we should have given it a go first.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like the guilt element.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then you've got one for me. Why did the objection wait so long to RSVP? Sorry, I answer that for you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking there's a little bit, like going off what you just said then, I'm thinking there's a little bit maybe of panic. These are people that were, probably like knew each other like 10 years ago. It's been probably 7 or 8 years since we've like left university and maybe like fallen out of touch.
Mm.
And I think there's that initial kind of panic of like, I need to make sure that everyone knows I've got they know I've kind of got my shit together. And maybe there's some kind of panic in finding like a +1 or a date.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Finally, we've got a bomb question. What does the other person always have on them no matter what the occasion?
Well, I feel like I've kind of like been roasting you a little bit as we've been going on. So I'll have a sweet one. I'll say that given your architectural nature and job, that you always have a well-used like mechanical pencil, and it's in hundreds of sketches from when you first started getting all your creative visions, and you keep it on you as a reminder to always be open to be inspired, and for the first thing you ever made where you felt like happy with what you created, and you just keep it on you in your pocket or your trouser pocket or whatever. So
I'll be on my shirt lapel.
You got a little pencil stain in every single one of your clothes. Your dry cleaners hate you.
Pretty sweet. I'm trying to think of one that is equally nice now.
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be nice.
My initial thought was like, maybe you're like, I was going to say like your phone, but I was thinking specifically maybe your like wallpaper is still a picture of like us from university.
Oh, that is kind of cute. I love that. Like just a stupid picture of us both standing on the bar or something.
Yeah, like a drunken picture or something that's like still kind of stood the test of time.
Yeah, I really like that. That's endearing.
Right, now that's all done. We've got our lovely leads established. Let's establish our villain.
Yeah, that's me.
Great Aunt Janice.
Oh, yes.
Firstly, I believe you have to pick one of us leads to be related to.
I think the betrothed would be a good one for this one.
Yeah, I think it makes sense with we already kind of set up with the wedding setting.
Yeah.
So let's start. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through 4 questions for you, and then we're going to roll on one randomly. So let's go for your Rom, first of all. What holds more of your love than any person ever could?
I think that would be my beloved dog, Darcy the Schnoodle. Which is a Schnauzer and Poodle crossbreed.
I would love to see what that looks like.
Is Darcy like a young new thing, or is it like the same dog that's always...
No, Darcy looks as old as I do. And that's old.
I was going to say, it's not like the same dog that's just Darcy every time, is it? Like it's like...
Actually, yes, I'm like... is it Barbara Streisand that's cloned a dog? There's a celebrity that's cloned a dog, and I'm going to be like that. This is Darcy number 3.
Darcy number 3.
Yeah.
Darcy the Third.
Darcy the Third. Yep.
That's really funny. Darcy,
writing that down.
Let's go for your comedy question. What antiquated and over-the-top view on courting do you still hold strong?
That would be trial by combat for my hand.
Trial by combat.
I was like, what is this?
Like a Knight's Tale. Jousting. There we are. Okay. That's what it is.
This could be very funny later on. The drama for later on in the wedding. Speaking of drama,
yep.
What was the last family gathering you were invited to, and what did you do to never be invited again?
The last family gathering I was invited to was the reading of my 3rd husband's will, and I was never invited again because I haven't remarried.
As a bit of a follow-up question, I'm going to ask, do I, as the betrothed, do I know who you are, or is it like...
100%.
Do I see you and go, oh no, or is this like you've got to pull out like the family tree?
No. This is 100% oh no. Like hyacinth bouquet, like keeping up appearances. Richard! You know, that kind of like, here we go.
Hear the tone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no.
Yep.
I hope this reference isn't lost on anyone, but you always remind me of, I can't remember her name, but from Nanny McPhee, like Colin Firth's mom.
Oh,
or aunt or whatever. Just with that voice.
Film.
She's like, marry or you won't have my wealth.
I do remember that. That's like that. And finally, we've got your bomb question. What incriminating evidence have you hidden about how you've amassed such wealth?
What incriminating evidence? Maybe I was the reason my 3rd husband died.
Just the 3rd husband?
Just the 3rd husband. That's the only bit of incriminating evidence you'll find. Everything else is redacted.
How did let's go for a bit of a follow-up. How did he die, like, officially?
It was the drink that killed him. He was hit by a Guinness truck.
I fucking knew you were going to say that. Oh my god.
I definitely didn't have anything to do with that. I wasn't driving, I promise, I swear.
Neither was Darcy number 2.
Yes, Darcy number 2, yeah. Darcy number 2, she was an Alsatian. No.
And finally, for your last question, you get to roll a d4. And it will either go RomCom, drama, or bomb.
We have a 4.
Bomb. The bomb question is, who will the inheritance go to should the lead not fulfill the forced RomCom condition?
Oh, I think that has to go to Darcy the Third.
Darcy the Third. Okay, so I believe that's everything. We start with the villain's opening monologue.
I've put setting the scene and a bit of a monologue. Buckle up for this one. Buckle up. The evening settles in gently, the kind that arrives with purpose rather than apology. The road winding up to my fourth home away from home is already busy with arrivals, headlights cutting through the amber dusk as cousins of every conceivable degree make their pilgrimage. Second, third, fourth cousins included, of course. One cannot simply edit family down to a manageable size before a wedding. It's uncouth. The lodge itself reveals slowly through the trees nestled deep within the autumn woods, as though it has always belonged there. Timber beams stretch upward with quiet confidence, darkened by age and expense. while wide windows glow warmly from within, spilling light onto the fallen leaves outside. A stone chimney dominates the facade, already breathing out the faint scent of burning cedar, because ambiance should be felt before one steps inside. Inside, the space opens generously. High ceilings with exposed beams arch overhead, and iron chandeliers hang low enough to feel intimate without threatening anyone's hair. Rugs sourced from places people argue about at dinner parties soften the sound of footsteps, and the walls are lined with art I acquired during my periods of life, each framed piece carrying a story I will absolutely tell if asked. Leather chairs cluster near the fire, positioned just so, encouraging conversation while subtly discouraging slouching. The long banquet table is being laid out in the main hall, its surface polished to a quiet gleam. Platters are arriving in steady succession, cuts of meat resting exactly as intended, vegetables arranged with an intention rather than fuss, sauces reduced to the correct level of indulgence. Nothing on this table costs less than $100 per plate, and frankly, I wouldn't have it any other way. This is my nephew's wedding, not a community potluck. Glasses catch the light as they're placed, crystal chiming softly when set down. Candles are lit one by one, their reflections multiplying across the table until the room itself seems to glow from within. The fire crackles obligingly, the candles hold steady. For a brief moment, it almost feels safe. And then my voice cuts through the room. "Ah, there you are at last. I was moments away from assuming you'd been emotionally delayed in transit. Do stand up straight. Despair has a way of pooling in the shoulders. Now I will be exquisitely clear, because repetition soothes me, clearly. Each of you, the leads, the narrative fulcrums, the faces we're meant to care about, have been outfitted with a small but astoundingly decisive device. Affixed directly to your heart. Yes, darling, a bomb, not a metaphor, not an allegory, not a journey. A bomb with a countdown that is already doing its vulgar little march towards inevitability. Your continued existence hinges upon a single, rather theatrical requirement. You must perform a romantic comedy, and not some half-baked flirtation with feelings. I mean a full-bodied confection of charm and chaos. You will exchange barbed yet playful dialogue. You will misunderstand one another with almost weaponized incompetence. You will yearn across spaces that could be crossed in seconds, but must not be, for reasons that are emotional, illogical, and therefore essential. And you must conclude this amorous pantomime before time runs out. Now listen carefully, because this is where people get sloppy. You may not, under any circumstances, reveal the existence of your cardiac explosives, not directly, not obliquely, not through metaphor, mime, or interpretive eyebrow work. Should you so much as hint at the bombs to another soul, the device will detonate immediately, and I promise you it will not be a dignified exit. As for privacy, oh, don't be gauche. I see everything you do. I hear everything you say, every whispered panic in a supply closet, every ill-advised declaration of love delivered mid-argument, every moment you almost tell the truth but wisely swallow it back like an unchewed olive. I'm always present, not looming, hovering, like a mother-in-law with opinions and excellent hearing. So proceed, perform your love with urgency and panache, be charming, be exasperating, be exquisitely dangerously human, because if this romantic comedy fails to resolve itself in time, your hearts will too. There you go. Was that too much?
Wow.
That was amazing.
I had like the biggest like stupidest grin on my face.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was perfect. Wow.
I feel like that also sets up what kind of a villain you might have on your hands.
Starting to see where this what may have happened to your previous husband.
Yeah.
You just weren't romantic enough, Ernie.
My next role is going to be in Batman.
I've got the timer. Hopefully everyone can see it, but I've got it like
I've got it up.
I guess firstly we've all got to roll for our moods for the next scene.
I've set us up being in like the sort of open entry room of the house, I suppose. Would that be cool?
Are we like just in the foyer when that happens, or are we like looking up at a screen, or is it like like you physically?
Oh no, it's a foyer. It's physically there. We're all physically there.
Yeah.
Like
Good.
it's not. Although we're playing out a rom-com, we are like physically doing this. Aunt Janice is nothing but a professional. You know, we're doing this by the book.
A professional thespian.
100%. This would rival the Globe.
So, are you having this conversation with us before everyone comes in?
Yes.
Basically, like,
yeah.
Cool.
I think a good way to do this would be, I see you two are like coming up towards the sort of door. You've maybe taken coats off and you're putting them down, and in the kind of porch entry foyer of the lodge, I like shut the door so no one else can hear, but then I have like that discussion and that little monologue with you guys.
Cool. It says, once the monologue has been delivered, start the timer, establish the setting of the first scene, and then moves can be made. But should we roll our mood dice first and just tell everyone what moods we're in?
I'm in rom.
So you're leading into the romance middle.
Yeah.
I should also say, we're in Act 1. We're going to do 2 scenes per act. We'll have a move we can do with all of us will have a unique move and a tick and a boom we can do in each act and a move.
Yep.
So, Tolbin, you are in rom.
I am.
I am in drama.
I'm in calm, so that's also interesting.
This is wildly different. Okay, so so I'll start the timer now. Like I said, once it hits 1:15, the scene will end. We can end it sooner if we all agree it's kind of hit its natural stopping point.
Righto.
Okay, ready?
Ready? Let's go. Hey.
Cool. Let's start that timer.
Righto.
So, what's the first scene after the monologue?
After the monologue, the first scene I will say is we move from the sort of porch where coats were being hung into the main sort of room of the lodge. The fire is lit. The big banquet table is towards the back of the room. Staff are moving silently between, like, dishing out various bits of meat and things like that. There's quite a few other people in the room, but yeah, we sort of come into the room, if you don't mind me leading in. I'll just open the door, walk in, like, oh my goodness, you'll never guess who's arrived to the sort of room, and then I'll sort of invite you two to come into the room.
I think I look really sheepish. There's like the crux of a man that has just been told he is about to blow up, and then having to suddenly play the part of like the guest of honor of one of the to be, and I'm like almost like white as a sheet. I think I'm still wearing like a white shirt and like a grey suit, but not like the wedding suit, but just some fancy-ish clothes, you know, something that you'd wear to a fancy thing like this. As I am just completely sheepishly oh.
I'll just be kind of following in behind you, just almost kind of like pushing you through the door a little bit, like, all right, it's fine. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, the best 2 people are here. Made it.
Look, everyone, it's my wonderful nephew and his friend. Isn't that wonderful, folks?
Oh, hello. I'm going to take a tick for showing uncertainty in my feelings.
Could I offer the pair of you a beverage?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, Chardonnay would be grand, thank you.
Oh, well, we don't have that today, unfortunately, Britney.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, that's, not quite the establishment we have here.
I mean, whatever the house has.
Oh my goodness, Jonathan, you look white as a sheet. 1 second, let me get you a glass of wine.
But
Chardonnay?
I hardly know her. I'm just so excited for the wedding. Britney, it's been so long. I haven't seen you since you moved away.
Well, technically you saw me before I moved away, because we haven't seen each other since. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we saw each other in the cloakroom just now, but that was.
Oh my goodness, I was also in the cloakroom with you. Wasn't that just crazy?
That was so, yeah.
I'd like to gain a token tick for insert myself into that one.
Yes.
This is wild. I'd never have guessed that 10 years later I'd be in a cloakroom with your aunt and you.
Yeah, I'm just so excited for the wedding, for my wedding. I look at Aunt Janice. I'm going to take a tick for talking about the big day.
I might take a tick for finding something in common with the lead because we both think it's wild that we're both here at the same time 10 years later.
You know Janice, who I'm getting married to? My fiancée, who is here, I assume. Although I can't see her.
Janice is just sorting out her hair. She's gone to the ladies' room.
Oh, is she gone?
To the ladies' room.
Okay, 1 second, Brittany, I need to talk to you. I'm going to spend both of my ticks to use the I need to talk to you boom, which pauses the timer for 1 minute, and I can take the other lead aside. The villain cannot make moves for a minute.
Okay.
Just strong arm me next to a potted plant.
I pull you out of the room into a side cubby. I'm like, Brittany, what is going on?
Fuck. Why are you always dragging me into this shit?
I didn't mean to. That's just
It's your aunt.
that's my aunt, yeah, but she's not. That's not. This is normal. She's not normally like this. Well, she is, but she's not this crazy.
Great, and now we have to pretend to what? Be some kind of fucked up romance on the night of your wedding.
She loves romantic comedies, that woman. Listen, I'm so sorry you got put into this, but we don't. It's not. It's.
What are we gonna do, John?
I don't know, but I'm getting married tomorrow. I'm going to take another tick for talking about the big day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it finally happened.
I know. I'm so sorry about all of this. I think the minute's over, by the way. I'm going to start the timer again.
As you're taking, I'm going to spend, as the minute is over, I'm spending 1 token for a boom. I'm sending a foreboding message to the leads of, oh no, the cake. And that's it.
I will poke my head out of the cubby immediately.
You see me holding Darcy the Third from across the room, and I just kind of wave, just very ominously. Just hi.
What's wrong with the cake? Aunt Janice is walk away from Brittany.
Well, I'm going to follow you. I'm not going to stand in a cubby on my own.
Yeah, you mentioned the cake.
Isn't it gluten-free?
Brittany, this is America. We don't do gluten-free.
Sorry.
My
Forget
goodness.
you.
I can't. I genuinely can't believe you would ask if my cakes would be gluten-free. What? Who'd you take me for? And I'm going to take a tick for being offended by something that has nothing to do with me.
I mean, Aunt Janice, gluten intolerances are much more common than you think, and I'm going to take a tick for finding something in common with the other lead.
Well, let's just say it'll be our little secret. Can I also take a tick for mentioning my favourite RomCom?
Darcy. Darcy. Is this Darcy the third?
Yes, this is Darcy the Third. Yes, yep.
Darcy. I was saying that or Darcy the Second is looking younger than ever, genetically younger, possibly younger.
I'll have whatever she's having.
She's having a cocktail of vitamins and minerals with her food.
Lots of gluten.
Yes, lots of gluten. I'm going to spend a token for a single boom, to give a backhanded compliment. Brittany, you also look to be enjoying your gluten recently. When's it due?
So what? Been married lately? Attended any more funerals? Word on the street is you practically own your own funeral parlour by now. All those customers.
My goodness, you are so funny. I remember.
Did you try?
Brittany, I was going to say, it's so good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, I mean, I came, when I eventually got my invite, I didn't think I'd make it here with how little notice I was given.
Yeah, there's a weird thing with lots of invites going around these days. I looked at
Well, I suppose once you saw or heard about what was in the inheritance, you would come running, wouldn't you, really?
That wasn't...
Is that aimed at you or me? Just say this to you.
Just to the room.
It's one of those rooms where everyone's talking but everyone's listening.
Yep.
Brittany, I mean, are you still working in the art business?
Yeah, I'm a hotshot with the I do all the art brokering, and I'm running my own galleries these days. But that's nothing compared to how excited I am for your big day. And I'll take a tick for talking about the day with feigned enthusiasm.
Yeah, it was. I mean, when you're in love, when you find love, you just gotta grab it by the horns and not let go. And that is exactly why I'm looking forward to my wedding. I'm gonna take a tick for showing uncertainty.
I was in love once.
Can I spend 2 tokens? Sorry. To create an NPC?
Yeah.
I think it'd just be a really good moment to just bring my +1 in. I'm just gonna quickly roll for their mood so I know how I'm gonna be like bringing this character in. Oh, for God's sake! Okay, so that's romance. So following in with all the chill, as if he's just come back from the surf. It's gonna be my himbo boyfriend Jeff. I'll be like, oh Jeff, he's gonna be coming in. He's gonna have his beach wave hair, a little bit of stubble. Probably a bit too young for me, maybe. I'm 30, he's looking early 20s, and he's gonna be in a blazer, a tie, trousers, no shirt.
When you said Jeff, I don't know why my go-to image was John Cena in the Barbie movie. And you kind of built around that.
Fucking mermaid. So I'll immediately kind of always bring him as my support dog. I'll be bring him pull him over and be like, yeah, look, it's my +1 Jeff.
Oh, and this is your partner or boyfriend or?
Yeah, we've known each other
Yeah, what would you say your relationship together is?
We got into the country 2 days ago. He's gonna look at you and be like, yeah, we're cool. Everything's cool,
Everything's
some beer,
cool.
hang out. He's gonna try and shake your hand my name's Jeff with a D.
Whose hand is he shaking?
He's gonna try and shake your dog's hand.
Oh, Darcy recoils and bares teeth.
Where's the D? I'll lean over to you, Janice. Jeff with a D. Is he Swedish?
No, he's a DJ, so his name's GJEFF. It's Jeff.
Don't some parents have wondrous ideas?
Oh no, I changed it for my brand because I'm a DJ.
You're a DJ. Oh, he's a DJ.
It was the G, but now it's Jeff with a D.
How effervescent.
I am going to spend 3 ticks that I've got. We're going to get 3 minutes left in the scene anyway. I'm going to use the secrets boom. So I'm going to speak out of earshot from the villain. They should plug their ears and la 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 for 20 seconds. As I assume where it's someone pulls you aside or it's Janice. And then
yeah.
As
I will definitely.
Britney. Yeah. Britney, I grab you, pull you in, wait, what the fuck is going on? We're not supposed to. This isn't working. You're meant to be doing the RomCom thing.
Sorry, Jeff was already my +1. He was just standing outside the door. The stakes. I can't tell him about the bomb.
Look at him. He's like a giant specimen of a man.
Yeah, but he's stupid. At least you've got the brains, and you've always kind of cute in your dapper little suit. Then I'll just blush a bit awkwardly, and then I'll just, gain a token for having a bit of a laugh with you.
My goodness, that was your second cousin. That's just was just entertaining me about their current predicament. Oh,
what, being poor?
Exactly that, Brittany. Oh, harrowing.
Well, I mean, the wedding's not till tomorrow night. It's tomorrow, right? So we've got today and. I hope I'm taking a tick for talking about the big day again. Is there anything planned for the evening now?
This evening? Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought we could play some charades or charades, however you fancy. I thought, well, there's food, drinks, just a bit of a meet cute, that kind of thing,
I mean, I had drinks. Drinks sound amazing. And
don't you always hear drinks? I'm taking a token for that one.
You used to love a drink, didn't you, Johnny? It's like our entire basis of friendship, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, when we were in uni, we loved it, and I'm going to spend my last token I'm going to give my last token to Jeff to take control of him.
Well, I'm going to quickly take a tick for having something in common with you.
So as a Rob NPC, I can share with the leads an anecdote of his failed or successful love life. Spare no details. And as he comes, he goes, when I was in university, that wasn't the voice.
Last year.
When I was in university the other year, we got really drunk on the rowing team, and we met these like chicks, and we totally hit it off. And I mean, not like you, babe. You know, we hit like we like it's just. We met them and we took them and they came to our rowing practice, and then we went surfing, and then I'm going to say he just keeps talking. It was incredible. It just kind of goes nowhere.
So Jeff, might I call you Jeff?
Yeah, with a D.
May I just quickly ask, why? Just all of it together. Why?
And that's the end of the scene.
I was like, is someone supposed to be answering your question?
Oh, no.
Why?
Why?
By the way, once Jeff has 3 tokens, whoever's controlling him can take one of the leads aside to give them a motivational speech about letting love in.
Oh, God.
Let love in, but use protection.
Anyone can spend a tick to bring Jeff into a future scene.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
no.
Yeah, bring back a previously created NPC and play them, and then you can give Jeff tokens to keep playing him. So how do we find that as our first scene?
It was a fun introduction.
I think I get it. I think I'm getting into it, and yeah.
As just the villain monologue and then forced social interaction. So now we're going to do. So let's go for our scenes between. We'll start with the leads. So small bits, we'll get to fill out some of our tracks. So first, Cassie, did either of us say the words "I love you" and mean it?
No.
No, I don't think we did. Did we share prolonged eye contact with the other lead that made your heart race? I don't think I did with you, but I thought you might have at one point. But
I feel like my eyes lingered on you, but I don't feel like we made eye contact with each other unless you want to.
I mean, I don't think we ever said it, but
Yeah.
And thirdly, did we share physical contact with one another? I don't think we did.
No, unless you count me pushing you through the front door.
I don't think that was consensual physical contact. I don't think that's what that is. So we are 0 for 0 on love at the minute. That's fine. We got time for that. Let's go for freedom. So, did we use the secrets boom? I did. So
Yeah.
I get 1 tick for that. Did we hide something from the villain that aided the other lead? I think maybe we both get a tick for that.
Ooh, do we?
Because, well, when I used the secrets boom, we kind of hid. But then I guess we get a tick for using the boom.
Did it aid us? And I was like, maybe.
So it's 1 tick if you hid something from the villain, and then another tick if you aided the other lead with it.
I see.
You can only get at most 3 ticks from these between scenes anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
I'd say maybe, but I'm not sure. I could hedge case on it, but...
Oh, it's fine. Let's fill it in.
And finally, did we force the villain to intervene directly, and did they fail to stop us? I don't think we did.
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think we forced you to intervene. Like, we didn't do anything that required you to push your hand. Tolman, what are your questions on the...
Thank you. Entertainment track. I have, did I say R, like R, gasp, or laughed at a move made by a lead? I think I did.
Yep.
I think when Jeff came in, I'm pretty sure I did. So I feel that one.
Horrified gasp.
Yeah, like, you can identify an existing rom-com that you or the leads made reference to or ripped off. No, I'm terrible with movies. I'm sorry. You went more than 2 minutes without making a move or interjecting. Absolutely not.
You know, mate?
No.
It's not the Janice way.
I forced you out for a minute. It's not.
You forced me out for a minute, and then immediately I was like, I'm sending them a message.
That's true. That's fair.
Evil track. One of the leads did something that reminded you of your younger self. Nope. Absolutely not. I had more money back then. The leads referenced or mentioned your enormous hoard of wealth. Nope.
I think Britney mentioned it.
I did.
Was that because I brought it up, though?
I don't know, I mentioned that you hate poor people because you're so rich.
Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Look, they've got a conditional. So is it being poor?
Oh, yeah. The leads made you feel old? No. Didn't explicitly be like, you old beach.
I mean, we don't worry. We've got a lot of time to add.
Yeah. The leads do not remember an event from a long time ago that you insist they must. No, I haven't done that one.
Okay, cool. Well, like I said, those will be every scene, so it's not.
Cool.
Like I said, don't worry if we've got a. Yeah, like, by all means, this is just kind of, we'll see what happens now.
Yeah.
When we met, I didn't know just how far this would go. I took you home when you were broke.
That's all we have time for this episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you do want to check out RomCom Drama Bomb yourself, I'll put links in the show notes. And if you want to support the show, you can use our affiliate links to make sure we get a little bit of kickback and to help us out a little bit more. The RomCom Drama Bomb theme is from Behold. Thank you so much for letting us use it, and I'll put a link to their page in the show notes. Music and sound effects are from Fesliyan Studios and Pixabay. If you want to support the show, please do follow us on our socials. I'll put links down in the show notes, and we even have a Discord server where you can talk to the community and see potential updates on what we're playing and what we might be playing next. Join us next time for the continuation of Act 1. Now that our leads are established, what else will Aunt Janice unleash upon them in the attempt to make her perfect romantic comedy? Take care.